Welcome to my reactions video of Star Wars Squadrons, the release trailer, which you can see now, which really does look beautiful, and also the gameplay trailer, the gameplay modes, and we're just going to go through with this. Nice dramatic opening here, we like this. Kind of a dramatic announcement. It kind of caught me off guard, this. I wasn't expecting it at all, especially from EA. Boom. A little bit of music. Smooth setting up. Intercept coming in, landing there.
You are the Empire's strength. We do not.
Empire side. New Republic side. So you can see a lot going on. This is obviously, graphically, it's looking good. It said that this is in the game engine. So this is footage that's been made in the game engine, but not in-game footage. Let's get that right. So we can't really say if this is what the graphics are actually going to look like, but hopefully they'll be in that sort of ballpark for the PC at the very least, which this is going to be playable for PC. It's going to be playable on Xbox. It's going to be playable on PS4. And that's for flat screen. Now, the great thing that we have heard about this is it's also playable for VR. The whole game. And that's going to be campaign mode stuff. I'm going to play this again. So we have some new story to explore. New things to go on through here. That looked so cool. There's something here to be looking at, actually. We've got something that hasn't happened in the films and stuff going on here. Those don't normally have those types of beam weapons. So it's new stuff is happening in the Star Wars universe there. But we'll see how that plays out as a game tactic, obviously. Bits will probably be added into the canon lore and all sorts of things like that. But we'll play through here. Big explosions. Then come to X-Wing side. Bam. I mean, nice bit of a chase stuff here. Squadrons forming up. Graphically, like I say, it looks great. It's going to be on all formats, and it's all going to be in VR as well. So, all that lining up. Boom. And, you know, where did this come from? 5 pilots, Squadrons. Beautiful looking scenery. Head to head. Boom, that rising out there. I can just imagine seeing that in VR is going to send chills down my spine. Look at that here. Right, we're going to pause there for a second. So, in cockpit, drama, fighters heading off there. Whole thing, that's just going to be an awesome sight to see, and you're going to be able to see it on the flat screen as well as VR, PC, PS4, Xbox, all playing cross-play at the same time. So it's got, as far as I'm aware, a story component, which I presume will be either campaign single mode, hopefully also maybe campaign co-op mode, as it is in Squadron. Then it'll have more multiplayer elements, and there'll be a couple of different modes for that, which we'll come into at the gameplay bit, but we'll go through to this at the end. So, Star Wars Squadron EA, coming the 10th, the 2nd even of October, that American layout of the date there kind of got me. So It's releasing in October. I'm stoked for this. I really am. Um, all in VR. Yeah, as well. So that's PlayStation, PSVR, and all of your PC headsets, your major PC headsets, and that's including on Steam. Now, EA haven't released a game on Steam for many years now, but they are with this. Cost-wise, this is about £35. It's out for pre-order now. Go see description down below and stuff like that if you want to do that. Personally, of course, I'd say, unless you're a complete fanboy like myself there, a bit of a fan of the Star Wars universe. Basically, I like anything where there is spaceships and flying and fighting and VR. So this is very much in my wheelhouse. So I've kind of gone, well, I'm going to play it from day one anyway. So I pre-ordered. So there's that to look forward to. Let's dig into the next trailer as well anyway. But yeah, so far on board with all that. Now, from the in-game footage, which we're going to see some of here. So this represents in-game development. More scenery stuff. Looked like the inside VR cockpit. This is campaign mode stuff that they're covering straight away. You can hear them sort of doing bits in the background there.
This is it, Titan Squadron.
And then we've got the opposite side of that, so their campaign stuff going on. And again, there we go. So, single player story. I'm hoping you can do co-op on the story as well, that would be great. And then multiplayer battles of Squadron of 5. Okay, so it's just single player in the campaign mode. And then multiplayer Squadron of 5, 5 versus 5 or 5 versus AI. And that is going to be cross-play from players who are not in VR or in VR. Doesn't matter. And that's going to be for PS4, PC, and Xbox across the board there. Something I do have to say straight away, because this is a cockpit-based game. Everybody's going to ask, can you use HOTAS controls? The only one they've confirmed HOTAS works with is the PC, but I don't know why they wouldn't allow HOTAS controls with the Xbox or the PS4, because there is HOTAS controllers available for both. On the PS4, there is, of course, the Thrustmaster HOTAS 4, which is a 5.5 controller. And on the Xbox side, there is the Thrustmaster HOTAS X, which is essentially the same controller. Both are from Thrustmaster. One is in blue, one is in red. Xbox gets a little bit of bonus on that because their controller is a little bit cheaper. But let's play on. So yeah, entire thing VR. I mean, look at that. That looks gorgeous in cockpit. We're going to see the breakdown. It's a HUD-less looking type of thing here. So, what do we mean by HUD-less? When we come into the VR side, you are literally going to read the instruments as they would be in real life. So where they are on the ship, this is the type of view we can expect from our VR headsets. And I presume it would be the type of same view set for maybe a wider FFU field of view for the flat screen. And you'll be reading off the same instrumentation that the VR has. There will also be a reticle, a targeting reticle, which isn't seen here. I know it's going to be there in the game, and from everything that I've read from interviews that has happened, has all said that it's like a non-moving type reticule. It doesn't auto-track and all this business. You're going to have to lead targets properly. The whole fighting style, I'm led to believe, is more modelled after World War II flight characteristics with some extras. We'll get to those in a moment. Let's have a look through that. Explosions. Boom. Straight up roll. So single player. Nice stories. It's good to get into a bit of story. Yeah, you got to play both sides of the story on this. Look at that.
The instrumentation in front of you provides critical feedback about power management.
So, just pause out here a minute and take a quick sort of delve into what we've got here. And it'll be a similar layout across both. So we've got a combat display, the speed and throttle indicator, and a power management, the sensors, so radar, stuff like that, components. The components part is going to be things like whether a ship has shielding, I think, or is a bomber and has that, or if you have extra power build up in engines and other bits like that. One of the things, like I said, the power management comes in is from being able to bias all your power towards your engines and build up a boost so that you can accelerate. And here's where some of the flight mechanics is going to come in. Like I say, it's going to be much of a World War II flight mechanic in terms of how planes fly. It's not going to be like Elite Dangerous, where you have a ship that goes up and down like this, or side to side like that. It's going to be that swooping, undulating, seat of your pants, excitement type of flight where you can swoop in and go for kills. But it's also going to have that little bit extra, that type of thing where you can have that speed boost come in, where you can slam on the brakes and then quickly roll and change altitudes, do quick flip overs. That's going to be great. Oh, excuse me. I'm getting overexcited here. We're going to take a quick swig of drink. Okay, I'm back from a quick swig of drink. Right, so yeah, we're gonna be able to swoop through. Let's take a look and see what happens here. So try and look at how it moves. We there we go. There's one of those sweeps. So this is what I'm trying to get at. It boosted through, and then you can let go of the boost and try and get that sort of like skid mechanic to come out. So it's going to learn to feel that as it comes through. And that should have some high impact in feeling, high impact in control, something where you've got to really hone your skills in to get right, which is going to be the risk-reward side, I think, of piloting this, which I think I'm going to enjoy a lot. Let's move on from there. Zoom, straight down. I love that. Here we go. I do, the iconic space sci-fi holograms that always look great in VR as well. It's amazing when you see those actually happen in front of your eyes in VR. But it's all Star Wars universe. We love that type of stuff. So.
The story of the two pilots you play stick together will shape the balance of power in the galaxy. Get ready. Let him have it.
Shape the power balance of the galaxy, always a good thing.
To take the fight online, you'll need
there we go.
With all 8 ships. Fighters are the most flexible.
So here we're going to stop there first of all. Fighter type. So we know there are 8 types of ships we can have, 4 for each side. So X-Wing on one side, TIE Fighter on the other. And we can see they've got like stats. So they'll have like similar loadout stats from one side to the other. So you've got like a balance of what's going on there and how they operate there.
And versatile, able to handle any situation. Interceptors are fast.
Okay, so interceptor type, fast, speedy, maneuverable, not so big on taking a hit, can deal a reasonable hit. Sneaky type stuff, that's what this is about. Where you need to get in there quick and make a quick kill and then get out fast. That's what these guys are going to be about.
Maneuverable. Let's get them. Ideal for hunting down your opponent's starfighters. That was kind of fun. Support ships can keep
Okay, so support class. So, yeah, it says what it does on the tin, really, doesn't it? Support class, you're going to be there to support your other fighters, your bombers, things like that. So, it could be, I don't know, anything from helping with shields, maybe, to hull regeneration, to restocking on weapons, restocking on bombs for the bombers, things like that. You know, we don't know until we play it, but that's where your support will probably come in.
allies safe and stocked up, as well as disrupting enemy fighters.
Yeah, so marking targets, like they said there, kind of thing. Help disrupt shields, maybe, of an enemy, soften them up a little bit, so your side can be more effective in the killing.
Bombers are the heavy hit.
And bombers, hey, so that's going to be when you want to blow big things up. They're going to have to be able to take a hit as well. But they're going to be, you know, slow and clunky from the look on things there.
Hitters, able to
Not
deal
too
devastating
slow.
damage to enemy flagships
Boom, boom,
and
boom, 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 boom.
starfighters.
If you've got a preferred component, you need something.
And here we go. This is another thing that's going on here. So, customization, colors, all the looks, all stuff like that.
From cosmetics.
The bobblehead. We have the bobblehead going on. Someone has gone down to get one of the little guys and make a little bobblehead sitting out there by the radar. That's kind of cool. We don't mind that type of stuff. From what we've read, it's not going to be a loot box heaven. It's very much going to be you've paid your price of getting into the game. That's what you need to do, and you don't need to pay any more. Are there going to be additional cosmetics that come along later where they maybe do that, or additional DLC? We don't know yet. It is EA, so the jury will be out there and see how EA does. But from the start, that's apparently not what they're going to do. They're not going to make this a loot box heaven. So you can get cosmetic stuff, but we know there's also going to be,
Components that alter how your
there we
ships
go,
fly,
component pieces.
fight, and
So all in-game credit, all as we play. Automatic cannons, supply droids, squadron masks, chaff particles, sensor jammers. So all of these different things could give you tactical advantages. And that's going to be unlocked through, I presume, playing the campaign and playing multiplayer. And then what you choose here will play to your own playstyle and affect how you play as a squadron. how you build up things depending on your loadouts for what you have as a mix in a squadron. So this could be quite interesting in the longer term game and the tactical game.
Survive.
They're on you. I'll deal with it.
You can dramatically change.
Again, there we see that boost mechanic coming in. We see them diving into a space that's kind of thing, hit on the brakes, flip over, then rotate round. So we've got control of each of the axes. One of the things I do know is that, though, as I said, HOTAS has been confirmed for PC, but not on the consoles. But I don't see why not. If not at the beginning, I would hope they'd definitely patch in because they're out there and available. What I do know is there are a number of control schemes that are pre-built into the game, and they are fully customizable on the console side as they are on the PC side as well. So that's a big sort of like, whew, because I do know with a lot of space fighters and things like that, that people like to be able to customize their controls to make themselves feel comfortable on that. So if you can do that, customize it in any way that you like, that's always a good thing. Options are a good thing. We like options. We like a lot of players to be able to play things as well, which we've got cross-play. Let's keep playing. Oh, that looks good. So this is the last mode, I think. No, dogfight mode. So this is one mode. Multiplayer.
This is an all-out 5v5 battle. Fine-tune your loadouts to work as a team.
So more about the teamwork here, I guess. What are we in here? A support ship of some sort? Are we in a support ship or? Yeah, maybe.
Utilize components like tractor beams, turrets, and mines.
So we've got another tactical thing going on there. So layable traps and stuff like that, using the space, using the maps, and trying to plan out other tactical advantages. That could be interesting.
To slow down your opponents or set up your squad mates for the kill.
I just love the look of the interiors of these cockpits. I can't wait to get inside these things. I mean, we have, of course, with EA, been inside of a TIE fighter before. Not TIE fighter, an X-Wing before. In the Battlefront expansion that happened for the PSVR. This is the first return to VR for EA in this way. And it's important to note as well that the VR expansion part of this has been planned with the flat screen as well. So it's from the start made as both a flat screen game and a VR game, which I think is very important because if you have them jointly being developed as one and the same thing, it's much better when you go, okay, here's our game that we are building, and it's a good 2D flat screen game, and at the same time while you're building it to make a good VR game. They do kind of go hand in hand a bit, but they don't always. So it's not a case that they've made it for VR and then adapted it to 2D, or made it for 2D and then adapted it to VR. They have made this at the same time. From what I've read, they got the first 2D components, got it first up and running, and then they started working immediately on VR the following week to incorporate that in as well. And from then, it's jointly been worked on as both a 2D and a VR game. So that's going to be good and hold out the balance there. But I can't wait to step inside these things.
For teams looking for an even greater challenge, it's time to prove
So
yourself
here we go
in
again
Star
on
Wars
the
Squadrons
fleet
tomorrow.
battles.
Fleet battles. Fleet battles are multi-stage conflicts. Whether playing solo or with friends, you'll have the option to compete against other players or AI as
Now, I think that's important, but as it's also got this huge breadth of availability across the systems, I would hope that there will always be some people online to play with, because obviously space sim games and fighter games are generally a bit more of a niche. Star Wars itself is a bit of a niche. So having this complete across the board compatibility to Xbox and PS4 and PC, having them all be able to play in the same play space is amazing. And then whether you're in VR or not, same difference, doesn't matter. You're playing against each other across the board, and that's going to be great. That's going to be amazing.
a squadron of 5.
So hopefully there will be plenty of people on that. That's the great thing to sort of like encourage.
First, push the front.
Look at that. Look at the scenery, the setup here. This does look pretty damn awesome, it has to be said. So this mode, of course, is literally going to be like a multi-stage battle, like they're saying.
By winning the dogfight in the center of the map.
So we'll start off straight up, try and control the majority of the space, push back that front line to get to this part.
Medium-sized capital ships.
There we go. Capital layer, get rid of those.
And finally, the ultimate goal. Target and destroy the subsystems of your opponent's massive flagship and take it down.
See, this is one of the other things. I'm wondering if you have to do it completely in layers, or if you can manage to sneak around the back and soften them up a bit as well. It'll be interesting to find out. I know a lot of games when the tactics on this tend to be lockdown stuff, so that you have to complete these things in order, which does work for multiplayer. But it'd be interesting to find out if you could, say, have your faster interceptors go in there, sneak in, try and be as quick as they can to take out some of the enemy sensors or gun turrets or little things like that. I don't know. Complete 100% speculation there. I doubt it in one way, but I'm throwing it out there regardless.
At each phase, your squadron either pushes the line forward
See,
or falls back.
it is saying about phases, so I'm kind of like,
Choice of how to play. Speedy, unrelenting assaults.
Stay together, strike quickly.
that's what I like the sound of as well. Speedy, unrelenting assaults. And it also plays to the point that I was saying about as a flight mechanic of that World War II fighter-esque feel does actually work well for very engaging battles. The more modern style of fighter where it's hold back and have automatic lock-ons and all of this stuff doesn't necessarily work so well for engagement, for player engagement. And we want, with a Star Wars title that looks this good, to really engage us and to keep us engaged. We don't want it to be like a short-term gameplay. I want the longevity from this thing.
Stealth and subversion.
Jamming the enemy. Sensors can't spot you.
Or brutal bombardment.
That ship is vulnerable. Take your shot.
We like choices.
Need to hurry.
Bit of brutal bombardment in our Star Wars universe.
Squadron is the key to victory.
That's going to be so much fun to do. I can't wait to take some of this on.
This is Star Wars Squadrons. Join the galaxy's finest and make your mark.
You are the hope of this galaxy.
We are. So, yeah. And this is all coming on the 2nd of October. The 2nd of October, it's already out for pre-release. You don't obviously have to buy on the pre-release. Wait for the reviews. By all means, definitely. I have to sort of like say that I've already pre-bought this. I will be playing it from the start and try to get you those early opinions there. I, of course, will be playing in VR. I'm going to be playing on PC, first of all. So I will have a HOTAS setup. And we're going to be trying out all of that. Hopefully we'll have some of my friends on the PSVR join in there as well. I can imagine there's going to be a lot of people I know that are going to want to jump in on this because, you know, who doesn't want to fly these type of fighters, these type of fights, these type of campaigns in the Star Wars universe. It certainly felt good to see the whole Battlefront one from EA was graphically looked good, play-wise wasn't so great, so I'm hoping they get this right. From what I've heard and what I see of the flight mechanic, I'm encouraged. Yeah, that's the word. I'm encouraged to believe that they're going down the right route here. But the proof is in the pudding. And we're all going to get to taste that pudding on the 2nd of October. So, yeah, look forward to this one. Definitely. And speaking of looking forward to, I hope you enjoyed this content. If you've not been here before, then I would definitely look forward to having you as a subscriber, which you can do by pressing the subscribe button. Or you can hang around on some of the other videos. You can also catch me on Gamertag's channel on Sundays for the VR link, where we talk about a lot of things that's all VR. And on the audio-only podcast, which is available via Anchor and also on Spotify, which is the VR link. You can go search that out as well. Take care. Fly safe.